1,000 upon 1,000 over.
Huge task for the pack to do the business on Toulouse. Long-timer Reggie Corrigan is loose head. Heineken Cup winner with Wasps in 2004, Will Green tight head. Ireland's most capped players in the second row, Malcolm O'Kelly. He'll be keen to be at his imperious best. With Felipe Contepomi, the controller and ignition switch at fly half, it could be very, very exciting against these boys.
Yeah, you can see Shane Horgan talking there. This is a matter of starting well, holding out against Toulouse and this crowd.
The number one seeds from the knockout stages, the 3 times champions, the favourites at home, welcomed by a packed stadium. They'd fancy themselves against any club side in the world, and probably quite a few international ones too. Power and pedigree throughout the pack, 7 internationals in the forwards, amongst others the French captain Fabien Pelouse, Yannick Nyanga and the ex-Leinsterman Trevor Brennan. Half-back Jean-Baptiste Delisle and Freddie Michelak, who played together for France in the Six Nations, are in tandem here for Toulouse. And of course Yannick Josian plays after his toe injury. Trevor Brennan, he's waited a long time to play against his ex-province, and get the feeling it might just be a little bit personal. Your referee, Dave Pearson. He's a winger in his playing days, and he's going to have to use his pace because this game could be quick.
Well, down the road at Ernest Vallon, Toulouse's normal stadium, there is such a demand for tickets that 10,000 Toulousains have arrived there. So there's 37,000 in this ground, there's another 10,000 at their normal home. Nearly 50,000 men from southwest France, the hotbed of French rugby, are here for Leinster Toulouse.
Can I go? Okay, start.
Felipe Contepomi waits to start this eagerly anticipated match up against the triple champions. Here we go. Wenger climbs, tries to get the ball, but he'll be pleased it is Toulouse's. Michelak, 10 on his back, but scrum off there. Sal just rocks into that one, and a clean clearance to start for him.
Pressed that well, didn't he, Elisal? High quality player, and you just see the interchangeability of the half-backs there. Michelak, of course, many caps for France as a scrum half, and Elisal, such a talented footballer, he could play anywhere, really.
Big job for the second rows. Toulouse there, so much experience in tandem with Brennan for Toulouse. Laney goes up and has nicely taken. Offside, advantage being played to Leinster. No scrum off, and it's O'Kelly to Contepomi. Knock on. I'll go back for the indiscretion from Michelak.
Very good line-out take from Bryce Williams there. Really good. Contepomi went for the big play because he knew he had the penalty. And now Gervin Dempsey is looking to find some territory. Here you can see Easterby goes for the break. Indiscretion came after that. And Dempsey probes and finds a pretty decent kick.
O'Driscoll, majestic against Bath to enable Leinster to get into the knockout stages through the back door. Good position now for Brian Blaney. Boyul waits to try and thieve ball.
Cameron Jarrett, big number 6, moves to the front. Movement there.
Boyul trying to steal it. Down goes Gleeson. Easterby, Contepomi. Flipped it inside, and advantage being played to Toulouse. Knock on, says the referee. Gordon Darcy, the man, was singled out by the referee. Forward pass.
Great work from Keith Gleeson, wasn't it, when that ball went over the top. The open side got down low. He's an actual 7. It might be an edge against Nyanga, who's a wonderful footballer. Just covers ground effortlessly. But is he the dog that Gleeson is? Gleeson was superb against Bath. Leinster will look for that battle at 7 to be a slight edge.
Penalty going to Toulouse.
There's Yannick Nyanga, quite majestic talent. You know there's a lot more to come, but he's still learning the game, and Gleeson has to really use his extra experience today against this supreme athlete.
So much dynamism and power. He loves to run free. As it is, Toulouse get into Leinster territory.
Also, we talked about Gleeson winning the football. More ominous, Omar Hassan had the pressure on Reggie Corrigan. That's why the penalty was given, and Hassan will attack him.
Boyul takes that one. Boyul, such a strong presence in the Toulouse line. And Nyanga now bursts around the fringe. Leinster try and slow it down at the very least, but this is Michelin. Big tackle comes in there to close out that attack. Hickey pop back, the referee says go on. Oh, beautiful show and keeping the ball alive, and now Toulouse are beginning to show some style, but it went backwards, says the referee, so it's still on. Tackles go flying in, advantage now to Toulouse. Michelin involved, and Josion makes sure the ball comes back to his forwards. Maka now gets his big paws on it. Brew piling into Leinster now. Back in the pocket, looking for 3 points. Elisal. The referee will go back for the penalty, not releasing, he says.
The first serious warning for Leinster there. And Elisal, looks like he's kicking today. He will be looking for it. There's the attempted drop goal. It's not a good effort from the scrum half. But there was a wonderful piece of play to start this attack from Clement Poitrenaud. Here's the penalty. It was a great tackle from Heaslip, the number 8. And I think he's a little bit unlucky if he's penalised there.
So first chance at points for Jean-Baptiste Elisal. Kick for France, this Six Nations. Very easy striker of the ball. The crowd are up, the flags are up. 3-0.
It starts from this man spotlighted, the ability to cause trouble there. Poitrenaud, a little gliding outside break. He first of all just fades there, and then look at the way he comes out, and that opens the hole. O'Kelly is out of position, Josion goes back, it's in and out attack. That was lovely play. It looked like a knock-on, but Pearson's point was it went backwards before it goes forward, which means it is one of those strange rules, acceptable.
Knock-on from Toulouse, and Leinster get hold of it initially.
First defence, no advantage, knock on.
Back for the first knock-on from Toulouse.
But we've just seen, haven't we, the importance of Leinster making sure this game doesn't break down into Toulouse's hands because of the danger of Poitrenaud and co. Yet paradoxically, to win this game, they've got to attack Toulouse. It makes it high octane, it makes it a gambler's game, makes it exciting.
Hassan then locking horns with Corrigan, and Pooks against Green. In the middle, Brew and Blaney. So the Leinster backs line up. Contepomi, O'Driscoll, Darcy. Maybe something special from first phase. They'll take the penalty. That'll be satisfying for the Leinster front row.
Yannick Brew loses out there, and the veteran Reggie Corrigan will be pleased with that one. He's lost one battle. He thinks he's nicked that one. Well, you can see Brew's backside sticking up there. He had no position as he went into the scrum. That was just very, very sloppy there from the Toulouse captain. Now very important for Felipe Contepomi to take every opportunity he gets.
Contepomi, passionate and an instinctive player by nature, needs to be cool and calculated here. Beautifully struck.
That's a lovely kick from Felipe Contepomi. It looks like a formality, but there's a hell of an atmosphere here, and there would have been pressure on the Argentinian. But what I like about the fly half, he thrives on the pressure. He loves the challenge.
Contepomi really enjoying his rugby this season under Checker. Play on, says the referee, and Toulouse snaffle that one and drive forward aggressively. Ball is presented for Elisal. Nyanga bounces one off. Oh, he's so strong in the forwards now. Drive into him. Josion always looking to offload. Went backwards, says the referee. Leinster are struggling to hold Toulouse. Contepomi making the tackle. Just 5 metres out now, Toulouse. Leinster need to hold their discipline and their defensive line. Michelin. Big double hit goes in on Bouillou. It's out, says the referee.
Great work, Malo Kelly, after O'Driscoll's hit on Bouillou. Slowed it down.
Michelin, little pass wide, beautiful hands, but the referee says forward. No try.
Yeah, you were calling the class of Florian Fritzky. Noves doesn't like it. But Dave Pearson with his officials see it quickly. Superb hands from Fritz. Oh, that is tight. That is tight, isn't it?
Clerc thought he was home, but he wasn't.
But Toulouse will be thinking, even if it's marginal, it was a 2-on-1 and we should have put that away. The marginal pass gave the English official a chance maybe to think it was forward. That is an open goal, open goal.
And noise has been really wrapped up now. And a big scrum. Leinster with the pudding need to clear their lines.
Stand up, Blue. Wait, don't go down. Stand up, Blue. Stand up, Blue. Pressure on the hit. And bind. Hold. Engage.
So the first big call from Dave Pearson, the referee, in this white-hot atmosphere.
Binding, Bob.
Toulouse has certainly not come out with any complacency whatsoever here. They're treating Leinster with respect and they've worked another penalty.
Will Green singled out. Straight in and across, says the referee.
Straight in and across. Post.
Toulouse point to the posts.
As if to say, we're taking you seriously, Leinster. Seen in the past, Toulouse just poke a ball into the corner and say, we'll rumble over for a try. They want to build this lead here. We saw in the last quarter-final, Martin Corrie with 10 minutes to go, not taking a penalty to get Leicester level with Bath. It cost them. Toulouse, 10 minutes into the game, are saying, well, let's get the points, let's get in front, let's build. Very different philosophy.
Keep binding, eh? Keep binding on the hit.
Elisal. Close, but good enough. The pressure brings points.
Clean strike, it's very close to the one post, but it's struck beautifully. Toulouse have the lead, and they do have the early momentum in this game.
Ball, please.
Leinster haven't really managed to get the ball through the hands with any regularity. First job. Get hands on the ball from the restart. Out goes Toulouse, and Malcolm O'Kelly was there. Backwards, says the referee, popped up for Easterby. Contepomi cuts back inside, clips it across. A little bit too much on that. Quattrino, bearing in mind that 2004 final, will be a little bit safer in the in-goal area.
Well, that was very good work from Shane Horgan, because Contepomi's kick wasn't a good one, and unless Horgan had really chased a lost cause there, that ball probably would have bounced out and you'd had a scrum back 30 metres or so. But Horgan forced Quattrino to take it out because of the risk, and therefore Toulouse are forced to drop out. Good work from Horgan.
Michalak bangs it long. Dempsey, up it goes. Elisal is covering and is caught. Michalak slots in there. Josian pumps it upfield.
There's one pace and Josian pops that ball away. France won the Six Nations, but they missed their man a huge amount. He's a high-class player. Elisal, well, he lost his place to Yashvili, but he does well there. Well, there was an argument there that he was holding on. It wouldn't have cut any ice with Guy Novez, I'm certain of that.
Over the back, Corrigan taps it. Jower unloads to Heaslip. Number 8, exciting prospect. Driscoll just drops it onto his foot. Difficult for Quattrino, and he can't take it. Nice weight on it from O'Driscoll. Advantage going to Leinster. Pressure being applied to the fullback.
Well, ever since his early days, Brian O'Driscoll's great skill has been that little drop kick. He just places the ball on his boot, and Quattrino couldn't handle that one. There's Clerc kicking it away, but the knock-on had already occurred. And that's a solid scrum from Leinster.
Use it!
Easterby, Contepomi, Darcy. Contepomi coming round on the loop, but he gets held up.
Away, right!
The Leinster forwards then drive through to make sure the ball comes back. They've got the advantage. Easterby not too worried. He knows he's got the penalty.
Out the way, please.
Chance for Contepomi here, 45 metres or so. Struck his first kick very well, but I think Brian O'Driscoll will be a little bit concerned that his team just can't find any rhythm at the moment. They're in this game. And there's a nice bit of footwork there from Heaslip. A red backside in the wrong place. A red backside in the wrong place deserves a little bit of shoe pie.
Duly given. O'Driscoll's such an iconic figure, so important, a part of the Leinster setup. As is this man, Contepomi. He was striking them beautifully before the match started from around this area, but of course, in the heat of battle, it is very different.
He's a guy who has just thrived on the responsibility given to him by Leinster. They've entrusted him to be the pivot in this team, and he has risen to the challenge. A natural talent. And he'll kick this one.
Bang on target.
It's nice when they live up to their billing. Here you can see, we talked about O'Driscoll before, the drop and then through Poitrenaud, a gliding gifted player, though has no time because O'Driscoll, he has wonderful instinctive touch going forward, but he's got the tenacity of a flanker, and he's a horrible man when you get running at you. You don't want O'Driscoll hitting you hard. He did well there.
6 points apiece, 16 minutes gone. It didn't go 10, so this is a very tasty position for Leinster.
Well, that's quite encouraging for Leinster, isn't it? Because even though the scores are level, Toulouse have looked pretty strong at the moment, but that's a first big unnecessary error there. That's a soft piece of play. And over the years, there have been periods when Toulouse have just lost their shape. Noves is worried about that this week. And what Leinster need, a 5-10 minute period when Toulouse stop concentrating, and then they have to strike.
Bang in the middle. The Leinster backs all lined up this way. Gervin Dempsey behind, but then it's Darcy, Contepomi, O'Driscoll, near kick.
But what's so important when you're midfield and you've got your entire backline lined one way, the pack have to stay strong. You see they haven't there.
He slipped, taking it up.
Did well there.
Darcy will do something on his own. Maca all over him.
Hands off, Rook! Stay!
Needs to be Contepomi, and Nyanga was chasing him down. Possible chance to counter, but Eamon's lost his footing. And penalty to Leinster. Very kickable.
I'll tell you what, Malo Kelly and Bryce Williams in the second row are really working hard. That's a penalty from nowhere, because from the very first scrum, Toulouse had Leinster marching backwards, and then Eamon's, normally so keen to kick a ball from deep, decides to take on O'Kelly, and then he's just, he's got no support there. Great work by the second row. And there you can see 4 shirts to 1. Accused of holding on to the ball, and another chance for Contepomi, but that came from Felipe Contepomi and his entire backline being driven backwards because of one good Toulouse scrum.
But O'Kelly rolled his man beautifully, and now Contepomi gets the chance to drive the ball through the uprights. Beautiful. Contepomi ran back into his own half very quickly. The Leinster support enjoying this. They'll be pleased. Their target man is on form.
Well, they haven't got into their rhythm yet, but what they have got is a lead. And suddenly you hear the Leinster cries coming up. Oh,
beautifully taken from Horgan. Easterby drives it back, but only as far as Michelat. Poitrenaud racing round, and here comes Clare. Gleason all over it. Ball is good for Elisard though. Michelat into the 10 slot, and Maca working the short side. Now popping it through. Hickey, there's no room in which to get any sort of distance. Going to be pleased, he gets the rebound, so the throw in is Leinster's.
Well, you know, Dennis Hickey wasn't trying to find touch there. Here's the kick from Clerk, and you can watch Hickey now. He has no angle, as you say. He tries to hook that infield, and then Florian Fritz just drives that one out. But the pressure on Blaney again. Toulouse trying to turn the screw.
So up to Blaney and friends to secure the line out. O'Kelly takes responsibility, grabs that ball. Back to Easterby. Contepomi. The longer the minutes tick by, the more the Leinster boys will settle into it.
Well, we talked, Will, about pressure at the line, and Nyanga at the front with one lifter. Just look how high they throw him, really attacking. But that's a good ball from Blaney, and O'Kelly takes it. But the number 7, he's spring-heeled. He'll wander around the line out to assist Jean Bouillou, because Toulouse don't have great strength there in the second row, so expect the flankers to jump.
Nyanga, as mentioned, now Maca. Big rumbling ball carrier. Nyanga just, as the pivot, popped it back to Elisard, but was caught. Slow ball. Nyanga getting through a lot of work. staying strong and bouncing the man initially. Michelak, up it goes. O'Driscoll's underneath it. Play on, says the referee. Dempsey gets clattered. Breaking up a little bit. Gordon Darcy to Green.
I think Leinster want it breaking up too much, 30 yards from their line. Contepomi decides no, and he'll just drive Toulouse deep. Talked to Jerry Murphy, the team manager, before the game, and they were worried about the fact they hadn't played for so long as a team. They were worried about a Toulouse blitz early on. We got past the quarter mark of the game, and Leinster have the lead, and you would expect them to improve. So Toulouse are not going to have this their own way. They're going to have to play to win this one.
And Toulouse, from the pool stages, had the second worst line-out success rate. They won't have escaped the notice of either Toulouse or the Leinster second rows. Leinster, Will Green going through, penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of a tug there, but again you can see Toulouse aren't comfortable with Brennan, who's not a line-out forward, and Toulouse, who's lost quite a lot of the spring in his step. They're trying to use Nyanga and Guiu, and Leinster are putting them under some pressure there.
Jersey, what a phenomenal talent to take advantage of any sort of ball that Nyanga should have got at the line-out. It was a knock-on, and
first offence, knock-on.
Example of the fallibility of the Toulouse line.
But you know, they're just Toulouse. They can't have a simple structured line-out. Nyanga is a good leaper, but there's just no real foundation to their line-out, and that's encouraging for Leinster.
Needs to be solid from Leinster. Needs to be. I'll be very happy with that penalty.
Yeah, it's loose from Elisal. The ball was still in. He just couldn't resist digging in with his right boot. And Gordon Dempsey, solid at the back, comes to clear the lines. Scrum's the one area I think, if I was in the Leinster camp, I'd be quite concerned about. There is pressure coming on there at the moment.
Gordon Dempsey, Ireland's most capped fullback. Malcolm O'Kelly, Ireland's most capped player. Got some pedigree in this Leinster lineup, and of course O'Driscoll, Hickey, most capped Ireland winger of all time. So now then, Contepomi inside. A break now from Horgan. Contepomi up the middle, unloads beautifully. Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, Driscoll.
They rocked the recreation ground, and now they've got them trembling in Toulouse. Again, it was the key men. Look where Contepomi is on the gain line. Horgan's line is brilliant. Michelak misses the tackle, and then Contepomi again, the one-handed ball, and O'Driscoll, he comes from somewhere west of Provence to blitz Toulouse. That is wonderful, and Leinster now know that they are in this game. The angles, the timing, that was magical. Toulouse do not have a monopoly on wondrous play. They know that now.
Leinster have opened Toulouse right up. Underneath the post, it's a 7-pointer.
This is just magnificent. Horgan, brilliant offload, and then Contepomi, the little pop, and the key is O'Driscoll. He's come from the left touchline. Well, I'm exaggerating slightly, but he's come from outside the eye line of the Toulouse defence. He comes like a flash, and the great man has struck.
Play on, Mucker. Oh, no, Driscoll goes driving in and rolls his man. Looking for the turnover, he gets it. Contepomi hammers it long. Michelak's back there. It's so noisy here. Michelak bangs it down the line as far as his opposite number. Contepomi. Elisal under pressure. Flings it behind. Oh, that was cute.
Gleeson does brilliantly.
Quattrino. Elisal was hunted down and eventually caught. This game has ignited into something very special. Already 26.5 minutes gone. Josian, safe picked.
Well, here's the try. Now, you can see O'Driscoll way out of shot. Contepomi is holding them there, but the key is O'Driscoll. He comes so late, you can't pick him up. He's brilliant at it. Low slung angle, bang. Toulouse have turned their back. Clerk doesn't know where the centre is. He's under the post, and Dublin goes mad. This is exactly what this game needed. As a neutral, you didn't want Toulouse getting away. You wanted Leinster to go in and making a statement.
Toulouse can't think of throttling Leinster to death now. They've got to play. 10 points down. Leinster sucking in the Toulouse forwards.
Psychologically, that's good because they've had a few problems in the tight there. But boy, when you score a try like that from O'Driscoll, your pack is suddenly thinking they're Superman.
Both sides.
Well, we'll go back now to Elisal, who's just not happy with the way things are going. Stupid play, kicking the ball when it's clearly in. Dave Pearson spots that. And of course, it was from that penalty. Dempsey kicked it into Toulouse territory, and then you had that glorious try. You know, we talked, Will, about the drama at Walker Stadium between Leicester and Bath. We said we wanted a little bit more in terms of high-octane quality. That try, well, that was worth the trip down to Toulouse. It was brilliant. It was Contepomi flat. It was Horgan's strength. It was the offload, and then that man, O'Driscoll.
Neves, coaching at Toulouse since '93. Will be a little bit twitchy. And it's up. Play on, says the referee. Gleason's down on it. Rock! Just the ball, Leinster want now. Darcy. Driscoll playing for the corner. Poitinot goes back. He has a good look over his shoulder. Too much on that one.
Just another angle of that try. Vincent Clerc, you can see, has been turned around, and because of that, O'Driscoll comes late into that hole. The man there has turned the spotlight of O'Driscoll. Well, he's not a spotlight, he's a star man, isn't he? He's the stellar performer.
That was me there.
But he was set up there and it was brilliantly executed.
Advantage, Boyo, that looked forward. The referee is letting it play on, and Nyanga.
Oh, it was forward.
Elisal, Michelin. This gets popped up, and good hands from Toulouse to Josion. Fritz hits the deck on the 22, and Leinster see an opportunity to turn this one around, but Toulouse is in there. Michelin, Elisal, straight through goes the skipper. Advantage, says the referee. Blaney not moving, and that's right in front of the uprights.
I think Leinster will take the three. Bit unfortunate there, there's no doubt that was a forward pass from Boyo to Nyanga. But having said that, you know, it was pretty marginal early on for the try, so these things come round, and I think Leinster after that attack will probably settle for 3 points against them. But you can see now, well, they've been noisy in town all yesterday and all this morning, but they're getting noisier.
Well, if there was hope from the Leinster players and supporters going into this game, it's now turned into self-belief, and it will grow and grow as this match progresses.
I'm just thinking about the Leinster fan I saw at breakfast who just said to me, oh, it's going to be a great weekend, we're going to get stuffed, but who cares? I wonder what he's thinking now. Oh, ye of little faith. Long way to go, though. Long way to go.
Elisal pops it over and reduces the deficit.
Well, no need for Toulouse to worry in the slightest in terms of the scoreline. Just the fact they've given Leinster that early lead, but plenty of time to go, and a huge amount of quality in this team of the highest calibre, a huge amount. But Leinster, they wanted to be in the game at 20, 9-16, it's probably more than they would have hoped for.
Leinster not been to a semi-final since 2003 when they lost to Perpignan. If they can win out here against Toulouse, they will feel they can do anything. Play on, says the referee. Horgan might have thought that he was blocked there.
He was blocked. I'm not seeing this through Irish eyes, but the fact is he was blocked there. Cannon play.
Michelin, Elisal. It's that one out of the middle. Darcy thinks about the quick one, but just teasing Clare.
That was good chasing from Vincent Clerc as well. We talked about Horgan earlier, making a pretty bad kick into something useful. Clerc has made sure that Leinster don't attack because he really came chasing up after that. Now here we go, Nyanga moves to 2 yet again, trying to put pressure on Blaney. Kelly's gone there against him. Bryce Williams, important man in the middle, I think.
Blaney goes up. Finds Jowett, but Boyo was quickly onto this, and now Elisal takes advantage. Michelin, Josion, wide. Tackles come in from Dempsey now. Toulouse are looking dangerous. They take a few more metres through Brennan. Michelin Checks his options and knocks it on.
Great kick from Easterby. That's a wonderful kick.
And now Leinster go upfield. Quattrino sets himself in his 22. And what a gain for Leinster off the back with Michalak coughing that one up.
Well, the great necromancer couldn't produce it there. Lovely ball from Josion, and Heyman's line is superb, but Dempsey feverish in the tackle. You felt there was a weight of attack, and then Michalak, as so often, he can't believe it. How can a man with my talent make a mistake like that?
Something you thought a few times in your career, Stuart.
No, I wouldn't even mention myself in the same breath as that man Michalak.
Well, you're all over that. And Sal tries to duck through the guard defence, and Nianga seems so difficult to put down. Michalak trying to put the perfect weight on that. Easterby was beautifully onto that, and now Gervin Dempsey is kicking his way past him. Contepomi is sprinting, gets caught. Ball is still alive. O'Driscoll.
Well, you think Leinster are up for this one? What a game that. Dempsey again.
Easterby. Contepomi looking for runners, and Corrigan drives forward.
Yeah, Reggie Corrigan does well there. Macker is through. Penalty.
What a mistake.
But again, I'll just go back to the last quarter-final. It was a Lewis Moody penalty that gave Bath the win. Macker will say that he came round over the top. Novez thinks it's very disappointing, but there was also a Toulouse man on the ball there, not enabling Corrigan to play it.
I've just spoken to them down at that end. When they get possession, you kill the ball.
Novez is placing the touchline, as is his way. He's firing out instructions. And Lassalle, the messenger, and the recipient. So Leinster giving Toulouse a shake, Stuart.
Yeah, 9-16 at the moment. I don't think Toulouse will be... Well, you can see Novez is worried, to put it mildly, but I don't think his team will be in a state of consternation if they're going to half-time 7 points down. I think if Leinster have a score-plus lead at half-time, the jitters come then. And what Leinster have shown in this first half is if Toulouse make a mistake, they'll hammer them.
Contepomi! He is on fire.
Yeah, the Latin with the cold blood. Here's Gervin Dempsey, who I must say is having a fine game. Solid in defence, so good in attack. And Contepomi, one hand, looking for support. Ball is knocked backwards there.
Perfect conditions. Novez still checks the win. Beautifully taken from Organ.
Not for the first time. They use Organ brilliantly there.
Easterby. Hickey. Big left. Big left boot. Quattrino. Took it cleanly. Where are his feet?
You asked the question, Will, how long till Toulouse are rattled? Well, he's in touch, you can see. But it's already out, so it is Toulouse ball, and absolutely right. You asked the question, how long till Toulouse are rattled? And I think 9-19 has them nervous at half-time. But if you say, when do Leinster start believing they can win, they've reached that point.
And some.
They've reached that point because they know Toulouse can score a try against anyone from anywhere at any time. But we have seen enough in this first 36 minutes to know that even against Toulouse here in the heartland, the Driscoll's boys can do likewise.
Heyman steps up and thumps it upfield.
You can see Nianga just taking down Reggie Corrigan involved there as well. Not so much pulling him, but just sliding his body underneath him to destabilise the line-out. Dangerous play.
Nianga flaps it back. Alisal, Michalak. Fritz. Josion, and the tackle went in from Gleeson. Referee says play on. Charge down. O'Kelly's after this one. The ball sits up beautifully for him. He flicks it back, and Jarrett can't quite take it. Still in field, and Toulouse desperately drive the ball on a man out of the pitch area.
Malcolm O'Kelly, you are playing a fantastic first half here. The charge down, and he kept going. And the Leinster crowd are going mad. Gleeson's entitled to come in on the man now. And there's the charge down. The inside ball was read by Gleeson, and again, Toulouse are driven backwards.
Yannick Brew can hardly relay the calls. It is so noisy. Not clean. It's anybody's. Down goes Gleeson. So brave and so effective too. Contepomi gets caught by Michelak. That line out went askew from Toulouse's point of view. Brennan couldn't get his hands to it. Easterby, O'Kelly knocks that one forward.
That's about the first thing Big Mal O'Kelly has done wrong. But again, another example, whilst Toulouse are using Nyanga as their roving line-out forward, Keith Gleeson is having a field day at the back of the line-out, winning a lot of loose ball, having a fine game.
Still the area of the pitch that Leinster will want to play in. And the touch is found by Josian. He exhales. And he's pretty pleased that it crept over the line.
Not pleased with the strike. Sort of symptomatic of the fact that Toulouse's Rolls-Royce engine is spluttering at the moment. They've been shocked by Leinster. Leinster are organised, tenacious, and, when they've had to be, inspired.
19-9 up, taken by O'Kelly. The big names are putting in big performances.
All 15, mate, but the big names most definitely.
He slipped. Pops it up, Corrigan on his shoulder. Easterby. Contepomi, O'Driscoll driving Toulouse back, and the ball dribbles over.
See what a contrast there. He slipped, the young number 8, inspired, driving his team forward, and he said, who's going to do it up front? He slips doing it, and you see the man first in to make sure the momentum carried on. Corrigan, and then O'Driscoll, the arch strategist today, as well as the try scorer, says, you're not going to score before half-time. At the very least, Toulouse, you're 10 down.
And he'll also be hoping his forwards can feed this ball.
Oh, that would be a bonus.
Advantage knock-on. Really asking questions of this Toulouse line-out. Wow, what a first 40 minutes.
Leinster knew they had to get to 20 minutes in the game. They did that without looking convincing. Then O'Driscoll and his mates struck. It's turned the game around. Leinster are going in at half-time and they look capable of winning this game. We have an amazing second half in store.
Talking this week about what concerned him the most, it wasn't the mental application, but physically he wasn't so sure about his players. Jowett takes the ball, but there's a knock-on, and Toulouse get the start they want. Alisal, Michelak, out wide. Nasty bouncing ball there for Clare. No advantage, so back to the scrum, says Pearson.
It's a long way to go back. For a knock-on from the scrum, you're going through 2 or 3 pairs of hands. But it wasn't a good start for Leinster there. Jowett didn't control that ball. Morgan did it very well in the first half. Leinster need to make sure Toulouse don't have too much territory, because in 40 minutes, you know they'll weave a few spells.
Leinster will be desperate not to give any easy points to Toulouse. Maka, Alisal, this is Michelak, and Josian takes it up. Stays strong. It's driven back initially.
Contepomi was so strong on Josian there, really slowed that down.
Brew. Michelak. Quattro gets cut down, but pops it up. Testing Leinster now, Toulouse. Michelak is in there at scrum half, Alisal. Josian just rocks back and lets his forwards bind onto him. Alisal. Michelak, flat. Toulouse. Wave after wave of Toulouse attacks. And now Brew, the skipper, puts his head into the blue wall. Not rolling away. Michelak takes it quickly. The referee's not interested.
Wrong spot for Michelak. Dave Pearson quick on that one. That was a powerful red tide there, surging at Leinster. So important that they do get their hands on the ball. They can't allow Toulouse to come at them all second half like this. And now Alisal will look for the 3 points. Michelak trying to conjure something with a wide ball to Toulouse. Jarrett's making a lot of tackles there, but if you play Toulouse and you just have an infinite number of tackles to make, in the end, you snap. That's what happened because they're too good a team going forward. So the Leinster's pack to start getting ball and position.
The scrum half is right on the money.
That's a very good kick there from Alisal. Exactly what Toulouse needed at the start of this half. Get themselves back within range of a converted try. Lovely strike, that was never going anywhere but through, and Novez knows that.
12-19.
It's a lead. It's not much of a lead against Toulouse, is it? Leinster must get their hands on this ball again.
And challenging, as ever, backwards, says the referee. Initially, and then he says there was a knock-on.
I think there was a blue arm. Got up after that kick, and it might have been a knock-on from Leinster, but we've had a few touch and goes there. And Leinster get the break there. It was seen as going backwards from the restart, and it was Elizold who was adjudged to knock it on. He did knock it on, but you felt that the Leinster forward did before him. Now, whenever they get position, they've got to try and make something happen here. They really do need points. They need an insurance policy.
This position off the back of a well-contested restart, and Leinster done so effectively throughout this match. Referee getting things nice and square. Heaslip, Easterby, Contepomi. Driscoll trying to get it to Darcy. It's an advantage. Quattrino plucks that one beautifully. Kicks his way out of the Darcy tackle. Inside to Fritz. Now Leinster have to go back. Slow the ball up and realign. Quattrino. Across it goes from Josion. Gervin Dempsey. Read that one perfectly. He called the mark. That was cool.
He's had a good game, hasn't he? That's a magical touch from Josion, you know. Here's the take from Dempsey, but that counter-attack with Quattrino lacerating down the one flank. Beautiful hands there. Heyman's just behind Quattrino, but you know, it sticks with him. But when you saw Josion take that ball under pressure, he just rolled it around the back and it opened up the space before we saw that pass, and that was really good play. And another warning that Leinster are going to have to win this game. They're not going to hang on to this game. Toulouse won't lose it. Leinster are going to have to win it.
Will Green receiving attention, the only man in the Leinster side that has won the Heineken Cup, of course, with Wasps in 2004 against you-know-who.
But this Leinster team really haven't come into this game as fancied as Will Green's old team did. Well, not by outsiders. We said before, Will, their management felt we can win this game. They're a long way from doing it, but they've given themselves a sniff.
Green was saying during the week that winning the Heineken Cup was his most special moment, bar none. Bearing in mind he's played international rugby, that says something about how special this tournament is.
Well, I'll ally that with Brian O'Driscoll talking to Graham Simmons before the game, saying he felt more nervous before this match at Toulouse than he did through the Six Nations. This is a seriously big sporting occasion. You could feel it in the city, you could feel it in the stadium.
The drums are banging, the noise is constant. Pressure is now on Brew. Get his line out right, and Nianga coughs it up, and now it's Heaslip. Gleeson. Used to be Contepomi. Tinkered light, and the door gets slammed there.
When you look to kick, and Quattrino's in an immaculate defensive position, and it's turned over.
Good work on the deck from Toulouse. Fritz looked to offload, and Mappa wasn't quite there for him. Elizal, Toulouse, Nianga unloads brilliantly to Toulouse, and this is clever handling.
Glorious waves now from Toulouse.
Josion, perfect pass to Michalak. Number 4 blue, said the referee. Williams offside.
Jamie Heaslip made a mark on Michalak, but with Williams off, another chance now for the gap to narrow. There's the pace of Nianga, and that's really good play there. Scissor ball between Fabien Pelouse and his right wing Vincent Clerc, and the penalty given as Bryce Williams strays offside. Nianga does that as well as anyone. That's a lovely ball as well. And Pelouse given the heave-o by Mallow Kelly. But this is a very good start to the half for Toulouse if this kick goes over. Very good.
Just nibbling away at this Leinster lead. Here's a chance for 3 more. Bisects it. Perfect. Milishewski waiting to come on. Power and pedigree on the bench, Toulouse, and it looks as though Guy Novez is thinking of using it.
5 red.
Trevor Brennan is being called up and called off. Trevor Brennan, no doubt, get applause from not just the Toulouse fans, but the Leinster ones as well.
I don't know, he left Leinster to go to Toulouse, I wouldn't give him a single clap. He's the enemy today if you're a Leinster fan.
A lot of Leinster fans in his bar last night, apparently.
Well, it's all right if you're in the bar, but when he's on the pitch, he's the enemy. Now, Leinster really have ceded the balance of power in this game. I know they've got the points on the board, but Toulouse have come back well.
That's well taken.
And Toulouse has come into this game, he wasn't really in it in the first half.
Josion. Michelin. Lovely ball from Michelin. Irvin Dempsey just about blocked him.
Oh, that was wondrous from Michelin. Josion with the first cutout pass, that's a beauty. Look at that, the rifle of a ball there. O'Driscoll can't do anything, and Dempsey's positional play is superb. Otherwise, it's a try. Blistering pace, but Michelin's pass just said, you've got to take that one on.
Now Toulouse looking to put the squeeze on Leinster. The crowd are screaming them forward. Alisal. Michelin looks for the cheeky drop goal. He likes it. He likes it.
This is pretty ruthless stuff from Toulouse. They are banging this game now. They're clear favourites at the moment. They are marching upfield with an irrepressible brand of power and panache. And Michelin shows the cutting edge there. 1 point in it now. And Leinster are starting to look a little bit tired. More magic from O'Driscoll and co needed. They still have the lead. They've got to tell themselves that.
Not back. Michelin. O'Driscoll's got it. It's 1-on-1. He's screaming down on the ball. And his opposite number.
Carried over, scrum.
Carried over. It's a 5-metre scrum to Leinster.
Well, we said the man had to do something, and Michelin, the magician, makes the error. And O'Driscoll snaffles it up so deadly, and maybe the only man who stopped him scoring was probably his rival for the best centre in the world. The best inside centre and the best outside centre went toe-to-toe. And look at O'Driscoll, he's up for this now. Leinster must do something here.
Easterby, Contepomi, Darcy. Reset. Round comes O'Kelly. O'Driscoll chose to kick through and kept it in hand. Toulouse defenders weren't caught there, but it's been turned over. Tough work, impressive work. Alisal, up it goes. Darcy goes.
Toulouse didn't chase there.
Darcy got his way through a couple of tacklers. Back come the Leinster forwards. Contepomi. Horgan. Hickey. Heaslip. Doesn't look for the wide open spaces. Drives it upfield and recycled. Williams. Cleanly presented. Horgan. The hits are going in thick and fast. Contepomi, up it goes, Alisal the sweeper. Contepomi's all over it, and he gets it back again. So Kelly can't get hold of it, it's an advantage, which won't go far.
That's a couple of minutes there where Leinster at least had some ball. They had to face an onslaught of ferocious tackling, but Contepomi always trying to snaffle something. Beautifully read by Alisal, but doesn't Contepomi do brilliantly? He turns the ball over, and then this time Corrigan on hand, and O'Kelly, unfortunately, the wide man who didn't have the pace and lost control. Great play from the Argentinian. Reggie Corrigan really blowing and going for it. Lovely offload, but O'Kelly just couldn't control it.
They may be screaming at each other, but I doubt they can hear each other. Ooh. Toulouse 18, Leinster 19, 52 minutes played.
No doubt at all as well, second half. The noise has switched back to the home side. The Leinster crowd really need to up the ante again and get behind their team, because it's been impressive from Toulouse. We knew Toulouse would have a period. They're having one now, and Leinster have got to hang on.
McCormack is waiting in the wings. And he now will replace Reggie Corrigan. So a fresh loose head for Leinster. Such a good scrum from Toulouse. It pops out to Elisal to flick it up to Michalak. Michalak tries to work his way out of trouble. Straight to Jarrett. Jarrett is over!
And Leinster await. Michalak has just cast a voodoo spell on his own team. Yannick Brew, well, good captaincy, he puts his hand on his head. So confident, but Gleeson, that's brilliant to hang on to the man. Michalak, that is catastrophic. Jowett benefits from Gleeson. Freddie Michalak doesn't think the flanker's got a right to get near him. When he hangs him, Michalak says, well, I'll offload it straight into the arms of Jowett. From nowhere, Leinster have the lead. They needed that because the game was just moving inexorably in one direction and it was away from Leinster. Now, Toulouse are going to do it again.
2 more crucial points.
Oh, Freddie, there's the knife, and it's been twisted by Felipe Contepomi. One of the world's greatest, one of the world's weakest links. The paradox continues. Great work from Brute, though. Brew is tapping him on the shoulder. Now, Anger, I think, is saying, what the hell are you doing? I know which camp I'd be in there.
Taken by O'Kelly.
That's important as well, because they weren't taking him at the start of the half.
Contepomi. And Hickey has lots of time to drive it upfield, but only as far as Quattrino. Up it goes.
Easy.
Underneath, Contepomi. Firm. He's taking it quickly. He's going. He's over the 22, not 10. Leinster have the advantage. Darcy. All good. Jowett. Cutting back. Easterby gets dragged in. The ball was out, says the referee, so that was fair enough. Blaney to Morgan. And Easterby outside him.
Oh, played the way out of trouble and into
turned
trouble.
over. Josian. Now driven up there by Brew, Elisal, Toulouse, Quattrino. It's dangerous, it's Fritz. Leinster cover across. Toulouse takes it up himself. It's slow ball. And it's a put into Toulouse. Drama.
Leinster forwards taking their time coming up. And here's another French attack, and you can see the line so subtle. But O'Driscoll is just driving Fritz across. They couldn't get on the outside. A lot of defence needed, and if there's one man perhaps who's the key defensively apart from O'Driscoll, is this guy Keith Gleeson. On the tail, he has snaffled loose ball. Look at that, first of all, taking that ball off Michalak's boot. This time, Toulouse is in, but it's Gleeson. Then he reads the play, man and ball, borderline, but he gets away with it, and perhaps most importantly of all, well, that's Malcolm O'Kelly carrying on, but here it is. Michalak, the imperious king of Toulouse, says, oh, bye-bye, and Gleeson says, no, I'm here. There's the pass, and Jowett scores. Great try by Jowett, but that's marvellous stuff from Keith Gleeson. You know, I remember the Bath game, Will, when, well, we waxed lyrical and basically claimed that Brian O'Driscoll was celestial. And on another day, I might have given Gleeson man of the match because he just dominated the broken field, and he's doing it again. Him and O'Driscoll together, key men in the next 25 minutes.
Contepomi walks off. It's a blood injury, apparently. Leinster aren't going to want him off for too long.
Doesn't look happy either, does he, Felipe Contepomi?
Rob Kearney trots on. What a moment. He's 20, he's raw, but he is touted as something special for the future.
But what a moment, because Leinster really don't have an automatic number 10, you know.
Maka pops it back to Nyanga. Boyle's involved, making sure the ball is secure for Toulouse. Toulouse now through the forwards, get their body positions right. Elisal just driving the big men forward inch by inch. They have the advantage. It's in front of the posts. Elisal, Michalak, Fritz. And the referee will go back for the penalty. It was green, says the referee.
Toulouse will be satisfied with 3 points. Leinster are just forcing them to muscle their way back into the game. There's Will Green slip round offside. That's the interpretation of David Pearson. And it's significant again because no sooner do Leinster get out to 8 points, and that's, of course, a converted try plus. But this guy, Elisal, has a chance to make it just the try.
Contepomi has been strapped up. He's got his head bandage on. He'll be wanting to get straight back into it, but it's a different scoreline as he returns. 3 points for Elisal.
Well, I'm amazed they could get Felipe Contepomi off. It was only the ruling because this guy did not want to go. He's a warrior. Great approach to life and to rugby. Does everything with a smile, but the smile shouldn't deceive you. This guy is a committed player. As is that man, Finau Maka.
Up it goes, Maka's underneath it. Referee says advantage. It went backwards and Leinster get hold of the ball. Crucially, they got possession. Gleeson. Referee says play on. The crowd are screaming, but it's a turnover for Toulouse. It's pumped long. Darcy goes back. So does Gervin Dempsey. And he hammers that ball upfield. Still infield. Josion takes it beautifully. He's got Nyanga. And now finds Nyanga. Wonderful running from Nyanga. Ignition switch was pressed from him. And now Josion. Quattrino inside. Desperate from Leinster. Elisal whips it wide. Claire. Referee says play on. Michalak. Nearly the interception. Dempsey goes down. Advantage to Leinster. It's breathless stuff.
Incredible. Michalak, he nearly gave it. It's on again.
Contepomi says we'll go. Hickey. Hickey is racing away and he's going to get past Toulouse. He's got to time his pass. Darcy back to Hickey. Hickey for the corner! That is awesome!
Time off.
The referee is going to the television match official. Graham Hughes, the man in the truck, who's going to have to check that he got it down.
He's all right there. He's all right there. Oh, if you're in Dublin, that is all right. I think he's made it. Let's just look. Foot not in touch. The leg's not. It's in the air. It's a try. It's a try. You can crack open a can in Dublin. Wow. And Felipe Contepomi, we've been banging the drum about his ability to attack from deep. The courage. Leinster were under the lash again. And from his own post, he went and it finished with Hickey going over. And I think that is a try because the left foot is in the air.
Another angle.
Try.
The leg was definitely in the air there. But still, it's such a huge moment. Video ref Graham Hughes has to be sure.
It's the left leg swings over the right one. I think, well, that angle doesn't tell you whether the foot is in or not. And that is the key. The foot probably is over the line, but if it's in the air, it doesn't matter. It looked to try to me.
Award a try. Thank you very much.
Try! A huge moment for Leinster. Quite superb.
What a try. What a magnificent try. What courage, what bravery and what skill from Leinster. And thank God for the men from Dublin that Contepomi had got himself stitched up and back on. Hickey, brilliant. That is a wonderful try.
So Contepomi, who started it all from inside his own 22, now gets the chance to add the conversion. Close.
But just look how close Contepomi was to his line. Think about the situation. It was one-way traffic. Most players would have cleared it. He throws a beautiful miss pass. Hickey and Darcy are running gorgeous lines there. Hickey knows Toulouse can't get there. Darcy's come in field. Darcy knows you've got to hold the man. And then Hickey with a ball under the left arm. Half a fend, it's enough. What a try. What a match. What a Heineken Cup Quarter Final.
And it's not over yet as Fritz steams upfield. Oh, it's aggressive from him. Slowing it down, says the referee. Advantage being played to Toulouse. Everybody knows Toulouse can turn any match round on a sixpence.
Well, they've still got the 10 points down, but they're so good, they've got a lot of time. But now, Toulouse is not saying we go for the corner. He's taken over from Bru. He's the leader now. He's saying, let's get the try. No three-pointer this time. They're looking for the immediate response. Florian Fritz down at the moment. Oh.
And Eric Miller is on for Cameron Jowett. Miller retiring at the end of the season. He wants a slice of history.
Gregory Lamboulay on for Guiu as well. An international comes on for one of Toulouse's stars. This is what Noves has up his sleeve, a great bench.
Oh, what a great steal. Contepomi hits it upfield and hits it sweetly.
There's the line out of the day. And there is Felipe Contepomi, who since he's moved to fly half has helped transform this team. 20 minutes, 20 long minutes to go, but Leinster have grown into men today. It's not just about Munster, this is heroic, come what may. Fantastic effort.
No, Kelly takes that one.
The Toulouse line-out crumbling, what a bonus that would be.
Contepomi, Darcy.
They're still not kicking for the corner, are they? They're playing still. They're trying to play their way to victory.
It looks like it might be turned over. Lassal, his hands deep into the ruck. Josial. They have no room in which to work, and Horgan did his job.
Tell me if Shane Horgan has done anything wrong today. Tell me if Shane Horgan ever does anything less than his job, and sometimes a lot more. He's a good player.
Brilliant at the restarts. Now then, clean line out wanted from Leinster. Williams gets hold of it. He was dragged down. They have the penalty.
Arm in the air. Number four in the air.
Gavin Dempsey. Taking his time there. Nyanga all over the place. They're putting a lot of pressure on Bryce Williams.
Dempsey doesn't get too greedy. He just wanted to make sure of his touch. It was still a very good one. And of course, Leinster line out. Leinster won't be worried about occasionally working their way up the touchlines. That line out is functioning beautifully. Okay, Easterby, Contepomi. He gets hit by Maka, but the ball crucially comes back. Green, Easterby. Dempsey trying to get away. Horgan is breaking through! Horgan! It's incredible!
Be safe. Graham, I'm coming to you again.
Going back up to the television match official though. Horgan slicing through. Did he ground it? Yes, he did. This shouldn't take too long.
Thank you very much.
Try! Contepomi clenches his fists.
Darcy now takes over, absolutely fantastic. The Toulouse red lines, they're going one direction, and Darcy suddenly, bang, he's coming across this way, wham, and suddenly Toulouse are left for dead. Four men go one way, Darcy with a gorgeous cutout pass, and Dempsey, immaculate today, gives the ball. Horgan, we said he's never anything other than excellent. Well, he's gone beyond it again. Amazing stuff. The big match men are doing it for Leinster. May have done it for Leinster.
Contepomi, that is good. Wow.
I think they've broken Toulouse. Well, that was just absolutely brilliant, though. The confidence and the determination to keep playing. Michalak is off for Dubois. The Magic's going. The Magic's with Horgan and Leinster at the moment. How important, though, was Michalak's moment of madness. That was the try that gave Leinster the lifeline they needed when the heat came on, Will.
There's Horgan. Growing in stature. Still unbreakable confidence. Leinster. All through Contepomi. 21-38. Just to confirm, Michalak is off What is on? How will Toulouse break Leinster with a score like this then, Stuart?
38 points away to Leinster. It is incredible. Toulouse now has to win some ball. It's great ball, and Toulouse have got to go maximum risk everything.
It is full throttle, both ways. Nianga driven back, Miller's getting stuck into it. Well, he's dropped it. And you know how dangerous Leinster are on the counter. Any opportunity, they will go for it. They have the penalty. It's kickable. It just gets better and better.
We'll see who was on the floor there when that ball was dropped by Dubois. Felipe Contepomi, Brian O'Driscoll, all over them. Darcy, 10, 12, 13. The Leinster midfield have shown the tenacity of a back row. Michalak is just saying, what has gone on here? Being swarmed over, being outclassed at times.
The 3 times champions are teetering on the edge. They are nearly out. Contepomi is happy to bang 3 more points onto the scoreboard.
Every kick is still a big one. You never, ever write this Toulouse team off. Just keep taking the points, keep making that margin bigger. Deep breath.
The crowd tell you that it is now a mountain to climb for Toulouse.
David Knox, the blonde-haired guy there, back up to the great Mark Ella for so long in Australia. We know about Checker, but Knox was a visionary fly-half. He didn't have great pace, but he had hands and a brain. I played against him, a very clever player, and you can see his imprint all over Leinster. Checker and Knox, well, it's quite brilliant what they're doing.
Gregory Mankaska is now on for Omar Hassan. Is on as well. All the changes. Miller, full of running. Put in Leinster. All the decisions now just tipping the way of the men in blue.
I just need you to confirm something here, Will.
Go on.
I am awake because I'm looking at my monitor and it says 21-41. I am awake.
It is quite incredible.
20 points. 3 converted tries for Toulouse. That's what Toulouse are going to be thinking. They can't take 3 now. They've got to go into the corner. Yosion will plant it down there, and they've got to score just about every time they get in the 22. Every time.
This is the first gilt-edged opportunity coming from the scrum. 11 minutes left till the most monumental party for Leinster. Can they hold out?
Well, it's going to be a rude intrusion on a wake if they hold out.
Getting a one-handed, it's tapped back, it's Horgan, it's Darcy, O'Driscoll, went backwards as a referee, Driscoll just sets it up.
Still they play well.
Contepomi from his own 22, chips and tries to collect. Advantage to Leinster, Easterby. A moment of sanity as he boots it off.
Felipe Contepomi, he's a romantic Latin, and he has decided that Lady Fortune is seducing him tonight. And boy, he is going to score. Nothing is going wrong. What are you doing, Felipe? There's a little trip there as well. He's down, but he's up. If anyone's out, it's probably going to be Toulouse. And this line-out, Will, on a more prosaic matter, is really hurt Toulouse. Leinster's line-out has been magnificent. Their game plan, their strategy has been superb, and their big match players have been imperious.
Toulouse's skipper has now left Bruce, being replaced by Virgil Lacombe, who now throws into the line-out. The referee says that was straight enough, and Dubois, Josion, waiting for Poitrenaud to join the line, but so would the Leinster defenders. So much pressure now on Toulouse to try and conjure some magic here. Dubois, Josion, brought to the ground, and Leinster will be pleased about that. Milishluski, big pile driving forward, presents it for Alessandro Nianga, still explosive, still dynamic, still brought to the ground. High tackle advantage being played. Gunavori takes 3. Taps it back.
tackle.
The referee goes back for the penalty.
It's tap and go, surely. With a line out, I mean, Toulouse have lost their ability to think to a certain extent. Because how many line-outs have they lost in the second half? And Yannick Josion has been told, once again, to drill it into the corner, and it has become a 50-50 call. Also, Will, 21-41. The ball is now in row 20. It's all going wrong. There's the penalty. Gleeson making the hit with Heaslip on Nyanga.
Carney's on for Darcy for Leinster. Carney to the right wing, and Shane Horgan goes into the centre with O'Driscoll. And takes that. Now Toulouse need to come out with points. They need 5 minimum. Rumbling, rolling, brought to the deck. Least red, says the referee. Leinster looking for the turnover. They have it.
Well, they've done brilliantly yet again. I think Toulouse are now just hollow in the gut, they know, and Leinster, Toulouse aren't up against 15 guys now in blue shirts. They're up against 15 men who regard themselves as men on a mission to fulfil probably the greatest day in most of these players' careers, most in terms of a victory. O'Driscoll said, this feels bigger than the Six Nations. It sure does from here as well. This is astonishing what Leinster are doing.
That's out!
That's out, says the referee. He's now told to release it. Needs to be.
He's played well.
Contepomi. Poitrenaud, he knows he has to keep the pace high. Gets his way round Carney. Oh, this is superb from Poitrenaud. Gets caught on the 22. Elisard, Dubois. Whipped out wide. Josion just plucks that one. And the pass to Toulouse, nearly home. A couple of metres short of the Leinster line. Leinster wait to make the tackle. Advantage being played. It's Poitrenaud, good pass. Nyanga. Toulouse are not quite dead.
Oh, that is a good score for Toulouse. It had to come within a minute or two, and it does come. Josion's distribution has been brilliant in the second half. 2 wide passes, and Toulouse are out on their feet there. Nothing Guy Easterby could do. Poitrenaud, who started the move with that gliding counter-attack, puts the final pass into the pacey Nyanga. Just draw your man and put him away. Poitrenaud, he does the special things very well. He can also do the basics well. That was superb, and Toulouse have a lifeline. And maybe Leinster feel a little less immortal right now.
Poitrenaud still down. Easterby still went through with the tackle. He's up and running. But the time is running out as well.
This kick has to go over from the Toulouse perspective.
Medard there, on for Poitrenaud, and Elisard continues to do his job.
Well, that might still be an important kick. Perhaps we've been counting chickens a little bit early still, because now 13 points. The missed kick there means it's 2 converted tries plus a penalty. That is too much. Now it's 2 converted tries. We've seen Leinster last year do that against Bath in injury time. Toulouse have the quality still. Leinster have got to get that ball again. They got it.
Will Leinster play for a bit more position? So it's Contepomi, we're running this one, and O'Driscoll looking for the gap and finding Josion. Easterby, Horgan, nicely taken from Dempsey. And Kelly still.
It's back on Leinster side, isn't it? Got it back.
Slip, Easterby, Gleeson, head down, legs pumping.
O'Driscoll was down and injured, and now he's up, and it's a turnover.
Turnover, and it's dangerous. Penalty Leinster. Hands on the floor. Is that a killer blow?
Desperation there. Yannick Josion is the man who cannot resist hiding that ball, just turning it back. O'Driscoll's down, but Noves, well, not humiliated, because Toulouse have played some great rugby in the second half, but the opportunism, the courage, and just the sheer bravura has taken Leinster to within distance. If Felipe Contepomi kicks this, here we see O'Driscoll and Josion, 2 greats, going at it hammer and tong. If Felipe Contepomi kicks this one, that shuts the door. It will be 2 converted tries plus a penalty. Leinster ain't going to give that one up. This kick is to give Leinster, I believe, the greatest win in their provincial history, and I don't think that is anything like the hyperbolic statement.
To come here to Toulouse, the favourites, the #1 seeds, and to turn them over, not just to squeak home, but to come home with 41 points plus in their pockets is special. Contepomi.
Patrick O'Driscoll, not going off.
He's missed, but still, it's another minute gone during the course of that attempted kick. O'Driscoll is off.
You're not happy. He tells you everything about his commitment, though. What a leader, not just a brilliant player, but so committed.
Toulouse, take the cheeky one. Play on, says a referee. Dubois, Lamberlet sliding across the field. Almost up to halfway, and Toulouse still getting over the gain line, but the turnover, the Gleeson steal. Contepomi screaming at the referee, he slipped, tries to stay strong. Needs to be, has to go down to secure that ball, put in Leinster.
Lamberlet losing the boot a bit. Once again, you know, the Gleeson factor as he just takes a deep blow. Or Green getting up there alongside him. He's been absolutely brilliant. Contepomi, who else makes the tackle? And who's the man on the floor? Well, the replay didn't show you. The French angle didn't want to see Gleeson snaffling up yet another, but they're giving your man there. Nyanga's done some brilliant things, but he's been the best 7 on the park.
Lamberlet has been singled out. He's been doing a bit of fancy footwork and being caught. Penalty to Leinster. And Gervin Dempsey's being called across.
Slow down, Gervin. He's sprinting across. I think they're so pumped up with the occasion that Leinster are just rushing to the ball. Take your time. What a game he's had as well. What a performance.
Make sure you bang it off the pitch. He's done just that, straight into the Leinster crowd. The ball might not come back.
I don't know what the host broadcasters are going to do about their man of the match. I think Gleeson would be a contender, that man as well. But Contepomi, along with O'Driscoll, have just been huge and okay. Contepomi, is he their man?
He is. Josion.
Fair enough too.
Elizal. Knock on, says the referee. Penalty advantage, says the referee. Josion. Good hands, Lamberlet. Lamberlet still stretching through. Needs to deliver the balls, and Carney. What a good cut-out catch. What a crucial one. Toulouse are desperate, they're trying anything.
Even I'm looking at the clock here, and I'm here working with Leinster fans, just desperate to see Carney with that try-saving interception. They don't want to give Toulouse 30 seconds to get a winning score, because Toulouse are the sort of team who can do it. And I think that catch from Carney has just about run the clock down. Oh.
Good line-out from Toulouse. Dubois with the service to Josion. It's hit there though. Gleeson all over it. Incredible from Leinster. Toulouse. Elisa. Josion. Advantage, knock on, says the referee. Toulouse still playing. 30 seconds or so left to play. Dubois. Dragged down. Toulouse are running out of time, they might yet score. And Leinster are still fighting, still scrapping for a historic win. Josion gets something at the end for Toulouse.
It's going to be too late unless they can kick this conversion in about 1 second, because I don't think Leinster are rushing back. O'Driscoll looks on, he's the sort of competitor who'll be nervous because of that. Josion, the great inside centre, scores what I think will be the final try, but it was O'Driscoll who scored the first try, the one who set the template for Leinster, the one that gave them the belief that they were going to win this game. From there on, from O'Driscoll's moment, they have won this game brilliantly.
Elizal for the conversion, he's got it, but all eyes are on the referee! He blows the whistle for full time. What a victory for Leinster against the odds. They have beaten the champions.
Well, that is a wonderful performance from Leinster. Toulouse played rugby. It wasn't that they were complacent off their game. Leinster took it to them. They didn't hang on, as the boys said at half-time. They've got to keep playing. Horgan's try, Hickey's try were magnificent tries. Michalak was the weak link when the pressure point was applied. O'Driscoll was the inspiration. We wondered whether the semi-finals were heading for Toulouse and San Sebastian if Biarritz beat Sale tomorrow. We now know that Leinster will be at Lansdowne Road. Over to you, Munster against Perpignan. The dream Irish semi-final is on the cards. Toulouse can't believe it, but this was no fluke. This was magnificent. It was, I think, one of the great Heineken games. Glorious performance from Leinster.
Such bravery in such a cauldron. And from the first minute to the last, they played. They really played.
They didn't stop playing. They got through their difficult first 20 minutes, Will, when they were rusty, but it was O'Driscoll's try, I think, that set them on their way. And then with Gleeson, O'Kelly,